Okay, so start with the Mangalashan. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथन्वतीमं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सागरललिता श्रीविशाखपितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वंजामणेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पांचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिते नामने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, I welcome you all. Hare Krishna, everyone. We will start today chapter 4, that is the Yoga of Knowledge, the Jnana Yoga. In the previous two chapters, we discussed regarding the questions of the Arjuna in the first chapter. In the second chapter, the Krishna reveals gives answer to the 5 questions that were asked by Arjuna, and we were revealed that yes, we are not the body, instead we are just the soul, and the jiva is the soul. And then the Arjuna was confused between the renunciation or doing his duty, and Krishna clarified that you have to be situated in me, do the not do the karma kanda, you do the nishkam karma yoga or the karma yoga, right? So without being attached to the fruits. So that was the advice given by Krishna to Arjuna. Now in the Gyan Yoga part, we will we will discuss regarding what is knowledge, right? Is it the knowledge that is being given in the college? Is it the knowledge that is being given in the school? I would like to know that what our participants think about it. Hare Krishna. Anyone? Is it the correct knowledge that we have been given in the schools and the colleges? What do you think? Hare Krishna, anyone?
I guess no.
No, Mataji. Why, Mataji?
Some subjects are missing in the current syllabus of India.
Okay, Mataji. Let's elaborate on that, Mataji. What happens? Like Mataji told that some subjects, the main subjects is what? The soul is missing, right? The soul, the what to do about the soul. It's been on the all the knowledge that is being teacher is not Vidya, it's rather Avidya, right? You have been taught all along your life the skills only, right? How to bend the iron, how to do some skill on some computer or something like that. So ultimately doing some materialistic activity only, right? So you are learning only skill. The schools and colleges are good. It's not like we don't want to learn that. That's we have to for the livelihood and all. One needs to learn that, but that is not knowledge. Knowledge is that we are the soul, not the body. Have you been taught any class of your school or any class of your college the main subject about the manual of the human body? No one has taught. So that is all avidya. The skills are being taught, right? The vidya is not being taught here. So we are here to learn the vidya, not the avidya. So this is the main knowledge. So from where it has come from how long it has been there, and why we read it, we will learn in this Gyan Yoga, right? So the Socrates and the foreign culture, the Socrates was the only one who basically knew that okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, right? Socrates tells, all that I know is that I know nothing, right? So this is the humility that we need, that we know nothing. We are at nothing. No matter how smart a cockroach is among its gang of cockroaches, it can never understand even the surface of quantum mechanics, right? Let alone its depth. Doesn't even matter if the teacher is Erwin Schrodinger, right? Schrodinger. There is a Schrodinger wave equation. Basically, he is talking about that. We in Kali Yuga are those cockroaches in world of spiritual silence, right? We are the like cockroaches. We don't know, in the spiritual science, in the spiritual science, in the world of spiritual science, we are like those cockroaches. We don't know nothing, right? We know nothing because if we cannot realize that we are the soul and we are not the body, then what will happen, right? That is the spirit missing the spiritual science. We have not yet realized that we are the soul, right? So chapter starts with the history of the Bhagavad Gita, right? First, you want to know that like if you learn something physics, laws of Newton, then what you say that okay, it has come from Einstein. Einstein has given and the Newton has given the laws of motions, right? Einstein has given the laws of theory. So you know that it is coming from a experimental truth, or you are come from a proper logic, right? The proper logic is behind it, and you will accept it. So here also Krishna will say that how then a history of Bhagavad Gita is there. So Shri Bhagavan Vacham Yamam Ishvashate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivashvan Manave Praha Manur Ishvakave Bravit. The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivashvan, right? Here Krishna is saying, here in the, Krishna has taught this to the sun god. The sun god is there as a disciple. Shishyasteham Twamam Prapannam, right? Tishabsa Hamsadi Mamtam Prapannam. And Vivashwan instructed it to Manu. Then he instructed to the Manu, right? The sun god instructed to the Manu, right? The father of the mankind. And Manu in turn instructed to the Ishwaku, right? Like the Raja, the kingdom, the king, of the world that Ishwaku was taught, right? So this is the knowledge, right? You like to believe that, okay, Newton has taught it. That's why it's coming in the, the science book. Okay, this chemical has been discovered by this, right? But nothing has been created by the human being. Everything has been discovered. But here it is, here the creator is talking about, the who is the manufacturer, who is the creator. He has taught you, okay, this is the manual, you learn from it. All the Vedas are there, lot of Vedas are there. But we are focusing only on the essence of all the Vedas. The essence of all the Vedas are in the Bhagavad Gita, because it talk about the soul, because it has the knowledge. It talks about the crux, that what is karma yoga, how to do it, and how to apply it, right? What is it, and how to do it, how to apply it, right? Both are being given in the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So Bhagavad Gita like this travels and comes from the Vivashwan to Manu, and then to Ishwaku. Then one will say that okay, it has been coming, then why it has been lost, right? Why what was the reason that it has been lost, right? So Krishna tells that what will be the reason. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarashiyo vidva sakalena mahatta yogo nashta parantapa. Evam parampara praptam, the supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, right? The proper in the proper parampara system, and guru disciplic succession, it was being received, right? And the saintly kings, Imam Raj Rashio Vidu, Raj Rishi, those were, at that times, in the earlier time, there were Raj Rishis, there were saintly kings, not like this time, right? They were the saintly kings. That saintly kings understood it in that way, right? They understood it in that way, right? Bhagavad Gita is not like it's not our Gita. It's not put up for interpretation, right? We cannot go for the interpretation of the Gita. It is as it is, right? Whatever the God has said, it is to be accepted as it is. We don't have to go our some do our interpretation. The thing here is, and and basically in the world is that you pick up a book and you write anything. You can write anything, right? But don't call it as Bhagavad Gita, right? If one wants to write his own Gita, he can write, right? But you are calling it Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna, what Krishna has tell, then it will be, every knowledge will be spoiled, right? Because many organizations are there, right? Bhagavad Gita they have written, right? But when they teach, does anyone becomes a devotee? No, that's not the case, right? If someone becomes a devotee, and someone becomes basically surrendered to the Krishna, if one surrenders to Krishna, then only it is the utilization, correct utilization of the Krishna's book, because he is saying aham sarvasya patvam papabhyo, right? Uh, uh, you completely surrender to me, right? Completely. If you are not completely surrendering, sarva dharma parityajam mamikam sharanam vraja. Sarva dharman, in all kinds of religion, you just leave it, right? You just leave it. You just surrender onto me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo, right? Mokshishyam. So because he is saying that I will take care of everything. If one is not coming at this shloka, if one has not surrendered to Krishna, then what is the use of that book? It's not for business, it's not for anything else. It's just for bhakti, it's just for surrendering. If one is surrendered by that book, then it is a book of a devotee. If a devotee writes that whatever he has written, and he writes as it is, then only it is the correct utilization. That's why, Bhagavad Gita, it's made in volumes and volumes. There are many, many translations have been done, but the one that says that okay, you surrender unto me, then only it is a proper Bhagavad Gita. And that's why we don't have to mold it, right? That's why, this ISKCON movement has gone so much big, because they know the truth. Now the truth is there, right? They are surrendering, they know how to surrender, what is the process. Now they have the process, right? So it is beneficial. The Imam Raja Vijay, the chain of defense, and the saintly kings understood in that day. But in the Kalena Mahatta, Kalin, the in the course of time, but in course of time, the succession was broken. Yogo Nashta Parantapa, and therefore the science as it is appear to be lost, right? Because with time, saintly kings lost, saintly kings not there, and the science was lost. The science was lost. And what happened? So Arjuna is, Krishna is telling again to the Arjuna, right? So it's it's so old. Now Arjuna will ask that, okay, you have said so much back, okay, but you are here, you are young, you are my contemporary, you are here, you are young, you are with me, you are as my friend. How it is possible that you have said like this in before? Okay, so what does Krishna tells? Krishna will tell that, okay, he will define that he was there, in the second chapter also we learn that he was there before, and he is now, and he is in the future also, right? The soul, the purpose of the soul is Ajo Nityo Shashvato Yam Purano, right? He is everywhere, right? He says that he was before also, he says they're present also, he will be present afterwards also. So one is present before also, but Krishna remembers everything, but we cannot remember, right? So the question, among the cheater and cheater, who is one really at loss, right? Among the cheater and the cheated, who is one at really at loss? The cheated, right? While a cheater takes advantage all the while, right? The cheater will always try to flatter his followers by asking them to continue their lifestyle. Do whatever you feel like, just keep paying me money, right? This is the cheater, right? Who takes advantage of the Gita and puts some business in that, and he interprets, it's not for interpretation, it's just the facts. You just present the facts. If you are saying that this is, this is my interpretation, then it's your Gita, not Bhagavad Gita. It's your it's your basically translation or interpretation. It's not put up for interpretation, right? So what will cheater will do? He will keep taking your money, and he will put something out of it, and he is interpreting, because if one was a devotee is there, he will not do that, right? Hence, it is duty of the cheated, right? Who's there? The cheated, who must take precautions to avoid being cheated, right? It is duty of us. We are being cheated, right? And the only way to make sure to avoid cheaters is to get our information from a certified source, right? From a certified source, right? Proper disciplic succession must be there, right? No better source than Krishna, right? So we directly are taking from the Krishna. Therefore, one must stick to parampara, right? 4.5 श्री भगवान उवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तनि अहं वेदा सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्ता परन्तप, right? He has taken lots of births, like here God is telling, here Lord Krishna is telling, he has he has taken many births, and you were also there, but you don't remember, right? But I remember all of them, right? He is saying like that. So here the calculation, we will go through some calculation at at what stage are we currently, right? So if you see that at the bottom of the Divya Yuga, there is the Kali Yuga. We are here, right? We are here in the Kali Yuga. It's 4.32 million years, right? So it is X, and Dwapar Yuga is 2 times of X, and 3 times of X is 1.296 million years, Treta Yuga, and then 4 times of X is 1.728 million years, Satya Yuga, right? So it total it becomes 10x, right? This whole 10x, right? It whole 10x becomes 1, right? At the Mana Mantra, right? So till now, how many years? What is the age of the Manu? Current Manu is age. He has received the from sun god, right? So we can think that how much before Krishna has told this Bhagavad Gita to Vivashwan, right? So when Vivashwan told Manamantra, what was his age? It was 3.67.72 million years. Currently, we are at 71 Divya Yuga, right? We are currently at 71 Divya Yuga. This much age has been completed, and the age of 3.67.72 million years have been completed of Manavantara. So at this point of time, this much before the Bhagavad Gita was told by Vivashwan to Manavantara, right? So this much old is Gita. Yes, what we are talking about, we are not, we are talking about 5,200 years, but it was told so much before, right? Some very many religions are, some are 1400, 1500 years ago, some are 2000 years old, some are 2500 years old. Many religions are many, but we are talking here in millions and billions, right? We are talking in millions and billions. So there is the Manavantara, the 3.6.72 million years, right? Manavantara, and then it is the life, or what is the Kalpa, the day of the Brahma. He has same, 14 Manavantras comes in a day of a Brahma. And every day of a Brahma, Krishna comes, right? Krishna comes in every day of Brahma. It's 4.32 billion years, right? 14 Manavantras and 15. The same, what does Brahma do? Then in a, and a whole day the Krishna comes, and he seasonally destroys the material universe. He daily destroys the material universe daily, and 14 manus come in his day, and when one of them Krishna comes, right? And in a breath, and if you take the one breath of a Vishnu, the Brahma is created, right? In a breath of a Vishnu, the Brahma's life is over. One Brahma's 100 years of life of Brahma is over in just a breath of the Vishnu, right? So this is, this is, we are talking about trillions and, trillion years we are talking about. It's not, it's not like, it's not some culture of, there is nowhere mentioned something like Hindu or something religions. No, it's for every living being. It's for all the human beings that is there. It's, so much, it's not, we are just fighting between the Hindus and all, but it's not like this. Nowhere it is all Hindus. It's all the principles of religions. It's all, Shastras. It's all basic guidelines, for the humans, and one must follow, to just get out of it, right? Other scripts, there are 108 Upanishads, a lot of Upanishads are there, a lot of Vedas are there. When they tell that how to live here, right? How to live here, they only tell that. But Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam tells how to live here, and also how to get out of this world, right? These two things are covered in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. These two things will not be covered in other scriptures, right? They will tell that how to live here in the scriptures, the Veda, the Karma Kanda part, they will tell. But the Karma Yoga, how to get out of this world, how to get out of the misery. Basically, why do you want to Vaikunt? Because you want peaceful life. You want a peaceful life. So here are some calculations. Brahma's has passed. Current Brahma has passed 50 years. It's a 1.155.5 trillion years. It's calculated here. 6 manavantras are over. Then you calculate out of 14 how much are over. 27 cycles of 4 yugas are over. Some calculation there, and in 16 million years. And Satya Treta Dwapar Yuga, 3 parts are over. Then next 4.32 billion million years are still left, and time elapsed in the Kali Yuga is 5,117 years, 5,000, approximately 5,200 years, right? So this is the time, that we are talking, in trillions and billions. So it's nothing in front of it, right? 27 cycles, Satyuga, timeless Kali Yuga. So life of Manu is, here giving accepting that before the birth of Manu, the Gita was spoken by the Lord to his disciple, the sun god Vivaswan. Gita spoken hence 120 million years ago to Vivaswan, right? So it is so much so back. So it was spoken so much back, right? So Gita came on earth in the Mahabharata, Chandi Parva 348.51 to 52. We can trace out the history of Gita as follows. Treta Yadau cha tato vivashvan manave dadau. Manucha loka bhati artha sutaye kanvakave dadau. Ishvaku cha katito vyapa lokan avasthitau. Right? In the beginning of the Treta Yuga, this is mentioned, this is mentioned in the Mahabharata, right? So it's coming from the scriptures, right? So in the beginning of the Treta Yuga millennium, the science of relationship with the Supreme was delivered by Vivishwan to Manu. Manu, being the father of the mankind, gave it to his son Maharaja Ishwaku, the king of this earth planet and forefather of the Raku dynasty, the Lamchandra, in which Lord Ramchandra appeared. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita existed in human society from the time of Maharaja Ishwaku. So Treta and Dwapar Yuga, 5 times of 4.32 million years is 216. Time lapse in Kali Yuga, we know this. So 1 day of Brahma is, this is in billions, right? 8.6 billion years. 1 hour of Brahma is 360 million years. And 1 minute of Brahma is 6 million years, right? 1 million is 6 million years, right? 1 minute of Brahma. 1 second is 1 million, 0.1 million. So here are some, sampradaya there. If you say that what are the parampara that has to be followed, right? We come from Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. Like this, 4 other sampradayas are also there. So, in one part, we belongs to this, Lord Brahma and Madhava Acharya. And there is Sri Sampradaya, in which who is the Guru, in which the Guru is the Ramanujacharya. It comes from the Sri Lakshmi Ji and it goes to the Ramanujacharya. Then there is the Rudra Sampradaya, in which the Lord Shiva has given it to the Vishnu Swami, basically Vallabhacharya. And then the 4 Kumaras are there, the sons of Brahmas, and they have given it to the Nimbarkacharya, right? So Kumar Sampradaya. These are the 4 Sampradaya, the proper Sampradaya or Vaishnav Sampradaya in which this parampara has come. So like this, you can see here from Krishna, the Brahma, it is given to the Brahma, then to the Narad Muni, then Vyasa, then the Madhava Acharya. Then that's why we have called as Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, right? Then Padmanabha Narahari, then Madhava Ashobhya, and then Jaya Tirtha, then Jaya Jnana Sindhu, then Dhyananidhi, then Vidyanidhi, and Rajendra, then Jaya Dharma, like this, right? Then we come to the Madhvendra, at the 20th, you'll see that Madhvendra Puri Maharaj is there, and the Ishwara Puri, Nityananda Advaita is there. And the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there at 22nd, and then the Rupa Goswamis are there, Swarupa Sanatana, all the Shad Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, Krishna Dasa, Narottama Dasa, Vishwanatha. Then we comes to the 28th, Sri Jagannath Das Babaji, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He is the father of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who is Guru of Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disciple is Srila Gaur Kishora Das Babaji Maharaj, and then Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Vinoda Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and then A.C. Bhakti Swami, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, right? So this is the, like this it has come. So how does, now we will tell, the Krishna will tell this, how, how basically he appears, how Krishna appears here, right? 4.6 is here. Ajopi san avyatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atma maya. Although I am unborn, right? He is unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates. And although I am the lord of the sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. When he was fighting, he was, they were the grandfathers, they were basically the grandfathers, the sons were about to come. So they were very, old. But Krishna used to look like, 25 years or 20 years old. He used to like still like looks like that, right? So in the paintings also, the Bhakta made he is very looking very young, because he's unborn. He has transcendent body. He's not. It's not his body is not like our body, right? Our body has material, right? His body is transcendental. His body is transcendental from in and out, right? It's all transcendental. We need the matter. He doesn't need the matter. His whole body is made up of Satchidanand only. So he is unborn, right? He is unborn and his son. Beautiful painting, right? When Krishna appeared, for the first, he came into the heart of the Vasudev, and then he came into the heart of the Devki Mataji, and then he basically appeared in front of them, right, in the 4 hands, right? With the Sudarshana, with the Gada, with the Padma, and the, with the Shankha. So when does Krishna appears? When he has to appear? No, what? How does Krishna appear? We have learned it. When he appears, so he tells in the 4.7 and 8, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam dharmasya atmana sajamyam. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice or descendant of Bharata, right? There is decline in religious practice or descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise in irreligion. At that time, I descend myself. Yada yada hi dharmasya, right? Dharmasya means decline in religious practice. Glane bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya abhyuttanam adharmasya predominant rise in the irreligion tadatmanam sajamyam. At that time, I descend myself. So this is the reason, right? So what is the dharma? What is the dharma? Doing your prescribed duties as per the religious principle, or as per the without attaching yourself, or doing the religious activity as per nature, right? You are it's not like what you are born of. It's only like what is the your nature, right? What is your nature and what part of your life is. Yeah, for example, in a brahmachari ashram, right? If you are in a grahastha ashram, you are in a sannyasa ashram, right? In a vanprastha ashram, whatever there is the reason, right? Whatever the phase of life it is there, it is according to that, and whatever the nature is there, it is according to that. Never there will be in the Gita, there will be a statement that okay, you are born in this family, and you are this, you are having this, this is your one. No, it's not like that. It's not by the nature. In the 4.8 is a Parittanam sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In order to deliver the pious Parittanam sadhunam and to annihilate the miscreant vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanaya, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, right? I advent sambhavami yuge yuge. I advent myself millennium after millennium. He comes for this, right? To protect the sadhus and to annihilate the miscreants. He comes for this purpose, right? So this is the purpose of Krishna. What is the benefit of knowing Krishna? You will say that what is the benefit. So here is the sloka. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tvakta deham punarjanma neti mameti swarjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attain my eternal abode, O Arjuna, right? Why we are recalling again and again the Damodar Ashtakam, the Damodar Leela, why we are again and again thinking about the Leelas that have, why we are listening to it, why we are listening to the Gita, because here is the answer, right? If you know it, then you can get out of the world, right? From the material world, and where you will go to his eternal abode, where you will have you will have some spiritual body and no miseries are there, right? This is the this is the statement given by Jarma Karma Chame Divyam. He one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and discipline activities does not, है ना? Upon leaving the body, take his birth again in his material world, but attain my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So that's why we are again and again, recalling you, or again and again thinking about the Leelas of the Krishna, so that we know that how he appears and what are his activities. This is the shloka that we rely on, right? So different between Krishna and us, here it is clearly given, right? So Krishna is having all, all transcendental, Satchidanand, right? But we have a gross body. It is made up of Panch Mahabhuta. What are that? Earth, water, air, fire, and ether, right? Space. And the subtle body comes with the mind, false ego, and intelligence. You carry this when the transfer of the body or the transmigration of the soul takes place. Then you take this mind, false ego, and the intelligence with you. And there is this soul, the Sat Chit Anand, right? The Sat Chit Anand is there, which knows only Krishna, who is the eternal servitor of the Krishna only. So so Krishna's form is spiritual and our form is temporary, right? He is eternal here, but our form is temporary. It will be changed, right? We are controlled by Maya, right? We are controlled by the three gunas, the three modes of material nature is controlling us, right? The modes of goodness, the modes of passion, the modes of ignorance are controlling us. But Krishna is the controller of the Maya. So it's like, if you want to get out of it, what you will do, you take an example, right? There is a house, and there is the owner of the house is inside there, and there is this dog outside there, right? If you want to meet the owner of the house, you have to skip, you have to go to the dog only, right? But if owner tells that okay, dog tells the dog, okay, sit there, you don't bother him and let him come, right? What will he will do? You will escape this dog, right? Then you will go to the Krishna directly. This is what we do in the bhakti also. We ask Krishna, we surrender ourselves to the Krishna, then Krishna helps that okay, Maya, leave him, leave her, leave him, leave her, leave this devotee. He is a devotee of mine and he is surrendering onto me. So this is the phase, this is the this is the process to go to the owner, right? So how to approach Krishna? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyam. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly, right? Whatever part, whatever amount you surrender, right? You have surrendered 20% of your life, you have surrendered 50% of your life, you have surrendered 100%. He will reciprocate as it is, right? He will reciprocate as it is, there was this Leela, and when the Sudama meets the friend of, the eternal friend of Krishna, and basically meets him. So, he brought some, rice, that too, raw rice for Krishna, but, packed by his wife, his chaste wife, packed it. Okay, we have nothing to give. Okay, keep this in your, some potli is there, some, in some potli he kept. Now the Krishna, when receives Sudama, he asks where is it? He hides it because he is embarrassed that he is the king. How can I give him, right? But what Krishna does? He takes one rice, one rice. He takes one rice and he gives him abundance of palace and all the all the things. Just one rice. So he reciprocates immense. You just when Rukmani asked Krishna that why you have not helped in his whole life, he was so he was living so in poverty, because he never in his sleep also, Sudama never ever called me for his help. He always thinks of me, but never asked for my mercy, right? Never asked. We don't ask Krishna, we don't talk to Krishna, right? Then what will happen? Nothing will happen, right? If we don't talk to Krishna, if we don't have, don't think about Krishna, how the mercy will become. So he was a devotee of the Lord. That's why the devotee of the Lord never bothers Krishna, never bothers Krishna. They only want to serve Krishna. They don't bother Krishna with anything. So he was living in the poverty. He was not thinking at all, right? He is not thinking, not once. And Krishna told that not once he asked for my help, so I could not help. He's because ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyam mam vartamanu vantante Manushya Partha Sarvaja. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Martha. Right? So this is the cow who is surrendering onto the lotus feet of Krishna, and yes, then he has the grace, embraces the Krishna, right? The Krishna embraces the cow, right? He has the Balram. He is he's doing some path sevanam to Krishna. Krishna reciprocates equally. He also do some path sevam to the Balram, right? So he has a beautiful pastime. Has anybody in history able to know Krishna? Yes. Anybody has known Krishna? Yes. So 4.11 Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Mama Upastita Bhava Jnana Tapasha Putamada Bhavam Agataha. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger with a Raga Bhaya Krodha, attachment, fear, and anger. Being fully absorbed, Manmaya Mama Upasrita. Being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me. Many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, right? The Prahlad Maharaj, is the best example. He was purified just by the knowledge received from Narad Muni, and thus they all attain transcendental love for me. The Bhishma, the Prahlad Maharaj, the Shiva, the four Kumaras, the Narad Muni, right? The Bali Maharaj, everyone here it is, has received the mercy of the Lord, right? So here are many examples, right? This brings the faith with us, right? 4.1 कंक्षता कर्मणं सिद्धिं यजन्ता यह देवता क्षिप्रम ही मनसो मनुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities. What we do? We desire is success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. So what we do? We go to the managers. Okay, you give this, there's exchange, we go to the exchange. Okay, I will do this, you give me this. I will do this, you give me this. Quickly, of course, man get results from fruitive work in this world, right? So this is all being done with the demigods. We are using the demigods. That's what we are doing. We are not into that why this misery are there, why, what, what has caused this misery onto me, and what is the ultimate purpose of me, what is my ultimate duty. If we question that, then we come to the Bhagavad Gita. चतुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मा विभागशः तस्य कर्तानम् अपि मां विधेयकर्तारम् अव्ययम्. So according to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me, right? And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable, right? He is the non-doer, he is unchangeable, right? He's saying that Chaturvarnyam is there, right? Because as per prescribed duties, as per prescribed whatever swabhav is there, uh, example of Parshuram, he has he has learned the skill as a Brahman, right? He has learned the skill as a Brahman. Then again, what he do? He converted to the Kshatriya, right? He converted, and he converted. He does this duty as a Kshatriya. So what happens? Then it converts everything into the Kshatriya. Then what it does? And he's learned the society. Then he has changed his nature to the Kshatriya part. So it has all. It's a kind of skills, or it's a kind of nature that you have, right? So it will change. It will change. It will change sometimes. If some part of life, if you are a Brahmana, then you should have the purity in your heart. The purity in your heart should be there. You should behave like a goodness. The one who is a Brahmana, who is a proper is a Brahmana, one who doesn't even thinks negative. He doesn't even thinks negative. He thinks sinful, any kind of sin he doesn't thinks, right? Kshatriya has the administrative quality, isn't it? It is the mode of passion. Same is same around here is the mode of passion, and somewhat a little bit of ignorance in the Vaishyas. Vaishyas quality, the quality of it depends on us, right? And the Shudra's quality is all sinful, right? One has not control anything about it, about his desires. If one has no control over his desire, then he's basically he's behaving like in a mode of ignorance. So it comes in that varna. So different varnas are there as per as per your strength, and as per your quality. Different varnas are there. It's not about directly the it is basically what it happens, basic controlling the desire. What it happens, it takes you to the mode of goodness. What it will do, the mode of goodness will be converted in the karma yoga. What it will happen, then it will basically keep you out of this world, right? You want to go out of this world, then one has to go from Shudra quality to the Vaishya quality to the Kshatriya quality to the mode of goodness ultimately. So one heart has gets pure to until the mode of goodness. So this is basically the teachings giving in Bhagavad Gita. It's not by birth, it's never know where it is written in the book that it is by the birth, right? So the takeaway, the so-called caste system that is followed today in so much of the world is refuted in this verse of Gita. Being son of a cardiologist makes one more likely to go for that profession, right? It is just the facility, right? If one is a son of a doctor, what it happens, that he will get more facility, right? But it's not like that one cannot become a doctor, right? Engineer's son cannot become a doctor. He can become a doctor, right? He can become a doctor. He can become a some world famous business, and he can go up or down anywhere he can go, right? So it's not like that, right? It depends on your nature, right? Due to upbringing and early grooming, right? But doesn't automatically make him a certified heart surgeon. On the first day, he doesn't become a doctor, right? He first come into this world, and then the facilities are there, and if he takes that facility and strive for it and he learns it, then one becomes that, right? So it's like that. No matter how hard he tries, he convinces you, you won't let him operate on you on or anyone, because Krishna also did that. Krishna took as a uh, all the all the varnas he followed actually. And as a he was a son of a a great merchant, and at that time, there were he was so they were so his father was so rich, Nand Maharaj was so rich, on the his Amgrand, they given 2 lakh cows. 2 lakh cows they have given. They have given to the Brahmanas 2 lakh cows, right? That is a huge number, right? So he was the son of a Vaishya. Then he did all the annihilated the miscreant. The Kamsha was annihilated, and all the all the demons was annihilated. So he does the work as a Kshatriya. He was the he's the charioteer of the Arjuna. He does some service also. So he did all the kinds of varna, right? And he preached like a Brahmana, right? So no matter how hard he tries to convince you, you won't let him operate on you or anyone you know, right? So in a heart surgeon, what does it? If you know, if he says that, okay, I'm a son of a son of a doctor, let me operate. It's not like you go to the college, you get some degree, then we will certify, okay, you have done something, like it will be like that. So choice of profession must be done after long and hard introspection, right? It is a long process on one's own guna and karma. What kind of karma you are able to do, what kind of karma you have done, and what kind of guna you have, right? It is all dependent on the guna, right? To be truly happy and successful in a field, you must be physically, psychologically, and intellectually be compatible with the demands of the field. This is varnashrama, right? Physically, you should be, able to attain that. Psychologically, you should have, if someone is a brahmana, he will speak only truth, right? He will not deviate. Now, if someone says, okay, say this or else you will die, he will say that, he will fear out. He will fear out, right, because of going his body. But he will not say ill of the Vedas, right? He will not say. He will say that this is mentioned in the way. This is the fact. Okay, this is the quality of Brahmana. So if you make him as an administrator, what will happen? He will not be able to do some diplomatic relations with the other kingdoms, right? So he cannot do that. But Kshatriya has to fight, right? Kshatriya will kill, right? Kshatriya has to fight. He will say. Now, as a Vaishya, if you think if someone is given of a Kshatriya is given as a Brahmana, then he will not be able to. He will get mental stress. So this is what is causing the stress in this world, because we don't know our guna actually. This is the current situation of the world, that we don't even know ourselves in the guna, what gunas we have, right? So, 4.14. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phalesvara iti mam yog bhijanati karma bhesana sabhadyate. There is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of the work, right? So there is no work that affects me, right? He has nothing to do. He has everything. He is the king of the world, right? He is king of the universe. He is king of everywhere. So does he affect him? No. But nor do I aspire for the fruits of action? No. Right? One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of the world. Right? Because we know that the Lord who is protecting us has nothing to do with reactions of the work, has nothing to do. He is aloof from the reaction. Whatever reactions or current reactions you are getting, it's there because of your karma only. He is not responsible there, right? Right. So here Krishna is basically feeding Sudama is there. He is with the Sudama. He does not care about the reaction, right. Here for the Bhishma, he has vowed that, okay, I will not lift a weapon in the field, but just out call of Bhishma that, if you, Krishna, if you do not lift the a weapon, then I will kill Arjuna. Just for that, just for that, or just to keep the vow of Bhishma, or the Bhishma Pita. He just did what, he took the wheel, and Arjuna stopped him furiously that, don't do that. He doesn't care, okay, because he cares about the vows of the devotees, right? So all the varnas, here it is given that all the varnas are given here. That, like, he has a Kshatriya, as a as a Vaishya is giving here. He is going take the cows in the field for grazing, and here is as a Shudra, as a Brahmana when he was greeting the Sudama. So here all four varnas he has followed. So all the liberated souls in ancient times acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following in their footsteps, right? So in ancient times, what they did, understanding his transcendental, they have understand, because liberated soul. Therefore, you should perform your duty, right? So if you want to perform your duty, you should know the transcendental nature. So here are the examples of the what kind of the karmas or vandas, right? There is akarma, there is vikarma, and then there is karma, right? So what is karma? Karma is doing duty as per the prescribed duties. What is vikarma? It is doing a duty as per, without not following the prescribed duties. And what is akarma? It is the Narad Muni, right? Being detached from just singing the glories of the Lord. So one is basically different consciousness one is attached in. It is mentioned here. कर्मणो हि अपि बोधव्यां बोधव्यां च विक्रमणः अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यां गहना कर्माणो गति. The intricacies The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. What action is karma, right? What forbidden action is vikarma, right? When what inaction is, what inaction is akarma, the doing by the Narad Muni, Narayan. He says the glories of the Lord in the whole universe and the whole world, right? He keeps on doing that, right? So the takeaway, the short-term effects of our daily actions are very clear to us, right? The short-term effects, you basically light the gas stove. What happens? Food cooks. The short-term effects. If I don't study for tomorrow's exam, I will probably fail. Right? Short-term effects. If I don't brush my teeth every night, I develop cavities. Right? If I don't eat healthy, I will develop healthy. These are short-term effects. Right? This is because our action results are fairly instantaneous. Right? But the long term, right? Then the long term, our association influences our thoughts. Our thoughts direct our action. Right? What are our thoughts, right? Our association, it is given by, that's why sadhu sangha is very important, right? Our thoughts direct our actions determine our future, right? Whatever the future is, it's determined by our karma, the actions. So your tomorrow is right now being rewritten by people you spend time with today. Look around for your confirmation, right? Whatever the sadhu sangha you are doing, whatever the sangha you are doing, it is future, it's your future, right? But the long-term effects of our daily actions are quite unclear. That is because of the time difference between our actions and its result, right? The long-term effects are takes time, right? Because there is a kala. Here comes the kala, right? So Narad Mohini here is doing the karma. He is going singing the glories in the whole world. Abandoning all attachment. Bhagavad Gita 4.20. Abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings, right? Anand Muni sorry, is doing abandoning all attachment to the results of his activity, right? Ever satisfied and independent. He is independent because he's not onto his, he's not dependent on his the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, right? He is not dependent on his senses, right? He is ever satisfied because he is performing the duty of he is serving the Lord. He performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. So a person is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute, and that which is offered is the same spiritual nature, right? Right, so a person is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, sure to attain the spiritual kingdom, right? Here, the assurance is given because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, right? If we are daily involved in the spiritual activities, we are daily thinking about the Krishna, what will happen? You will definitely attain the spiritual kingdom. This is the assurance again and again, each chapter by chapter it gives this assurance, and in which the consummation is absolute, and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature, right? We all what consume, we consume we can try to consume the prasada and all, and we are involved in the spiritual kingdom. What we are doing now, we are discussing on the Bhagavad Gita, right? Fourth chapter. So this is all, this is all spiritual. What it will happen, it will contribute to the spiritual activities, full contribution to the spiritual activities. The other unadulterated brahmacharis sacrifice the hearing process and the senses in the fire of mental control, and others, the regulated householders, sacrifice the objects of senses in the fire of senses. Right? The brahmacharis, what they do, unadulterated, right? Pure brahmacharis sacrifice the hearing process and senses in the fire of mental control. They do mentally, right? They do control it mentally in the senses in the fire of mental control. And the regulated householder, the grahasthas, sacrifice the objects of senses in the fire of senses, right? The fire of senses, how the objects of senses are in the fire of senses. You involve all your senses in serving the Lord. Whatever you are doing the duty, you are doing it for the Lord, right? You are chanting, you are doing kirtan, right? You are taking, you are basically having some job. You give some amount to the to the charity in the temple, they will preach the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, right? They will feed the needy ones, right? So this will help, this will help you, your money will go into the right place, right? Your consciousness will go into the right place in serving the Lord. You will have some, some kirtana, some archanam, some worshipping in the Lord. You will do some kirtan and you're thinking of the Lord, right? And you will be doing this self speculation, right? That how who is Paramatma, who is Kadma Bhagwan, how to know him, you keep going to the goal of Krishna Prema. Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their possession, right? Some are, having strict vows, right? Like, Dhruv Maharaj was there. Dhruv Maharaj, Narad Muni told him to keep chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. To keep chanting in one tone and in regular manner. He did this. He attained the Supreme Lord in 6 months. The Supreme Lord was happy, pleased by Dhruv Maharaj in 6 months. Dhruv Maharaj was there for the material benefits. He wanted the kingdom, but when the Vishnu appeared and the Narayana appeared in front of him, he said, "I want nothing now. I want nothing. You are here. That's over." Right? I want nothing now. That there and there converted in the mode of goodness because he was there, right? And others by performing severe austerity, by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism, right? Eightfold mysticism, you want to attain the Bhagwan by eightfold mysticism, right? There is, the Gyan yoga part also consists of the Dhyan yoga basically consists of eightfold mysticism. Of that, the Dhyan yoga part, the knowledge is being given here, the eightfold mysticism by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism, right? In which there is a yam niyam pranayam asan, the pratyahar, then dharan, then dhyan, then samadhi, ultimately attaining the supreme, right? Or by studying the Vedas to advance, the gyan, by studying, by mental speculation, by studying the Vedas to advance and transcend knowledge. You keep speculating on the knowledge, right? So we are doing here as the bhakti yoga, but this knowledge, you can do either things, right? You can go for the dhyana yoga with eightfold mysticism, which is not possible in this world, because you will have to leave everything and you then you have to practice, right? And in the gyan yoga, what you have to do, like what did Buddha Bhagwan did? Then he left his house, then in search of the knowledge, keep reading the Vedas and you keep finding out who is the Bhagwan. Bad logic and logic and logic you can, but we are into the bhakti process. We are just surrendering to Lord. Oh Lord, this is my state of mind, this is my state that I cannot do the dhyan yoga, I cannot do the gyan yoga. Please have some mercy, just give me your devotion service, and so that just I can know you, just you reveal, because we are in the bhakti yoga. What we do, we keep chanting the name of the Lord, to please the Lord, and one day he will reveal himself, right? This is the process of bhakti yoga, so it is a direct process. O chastiser of the enemy, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than mere sacrifice of material possessions. After all, son of Pratha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge, right? O chastiser of enemy, right? The sacrifice performed in knowledge is better. The knowledge in the gyan, it's better, right? Sacrifice performed with the knowledge, if you perform some sacrifice, it's better than mere sacrifice of material possession, right? You are just sacrificing the material possession. Okay, I don't want this. But in knowledge, you have to, if there is a utility, if there is utility to this, this is my laptop, then what is there to sacrifice? This utility of this laptop is for preaching, right? Then why to sacrifice it? If your utility of the car is going to the temple and serving the devotees and serving the Lord, then there is the utility. Just being doing the sacrifice is not good, right? Because it will attain nothing out of it, right? After all, O son of Pratha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. All the sacrifice, ultimately where it will go, it will go into the transcendental knowledge. So he is the Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, because all the, Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam, he is the, benefactor of all the yagnas. O best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life, right? So without sacrifice, you have to sacrifice something. Yeah, you sacrifice some time, you get your job. You sacrifice some time, you get your results with good your marks. You sacrifice something. One can never without sacrifice, even materially also. One can never even live happily. If you want to eat something, you have to sacrifice your time and give some go some do some work, right? So on this planet, in this life, it's very tough, right? So what then of the next, right? 4.34. So here's the main shloka here. So from whom to get this knowledge? We have learned that okay, there is this knowledge. This is coming from here and here. And now how to get it? No? How to get it from whom to whom? So tad vidhi pranipate na pari prashne na sevaya updekshanti the jnanam jnani nastatva darshanam. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Tad vidhi pranipate na pari prashne na sevaya. Pari prashne na inquire from him submissively and render service sevaya and render service unto him. Updekshanti te jnanam. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge, updekshanti te jnanam, onto you because he has seen the truth. Jnaninas tattva darshana, because he has seen the tattva, right? From him you have to, we have to inquire submissively and render some service, right? Then only, and then you can, approach a guru, right? Spiritual, proper spiritual master. In what succession? In a proper parampara system. So even if you are considered to be the most sinful of the all sinners, when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of miseries, right? If you are most sinful in the most sinners, then also in the transcendental boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be cross the ocean of miseries, right? That's why we are gaining this knowledge. As a blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities, right? With the knowledge, all the reactions of the material activities will be gone, right? Just by reading the Gita, just by reading the Gita and understanding it, all the, sorry, reactions to the material activities will be gone. Right here is, basically here it is given, right? How everyone transform here, just by the knowledge, if you take the Narad Muni's knowledge, that he transformed many ones, just by the knowledge, right? So therefore the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. So whatever doubts are there, you cut by which? By the weapon of knowledge, armed with yoga. Or yoga means with the union with the Lord. O Bharata, stand and fight, right? So the takeaway, guru refers to the spiritual master, right? It refers to the spiritual master. He who takes responsibility of his disciple and takes him to the destination, right? What is the responsibility of a spiritual master? To take his disciple to the destination, right? He's responsible. That's why, we take diksha, and where is diksha now? Guru becomes responsible. He instructs, and it is very necessary that one must have a guru. Although both deserve respect, reverence is reserved for the guru alone, right? Reverence is to be given to the guru, because he is a representative of the God, right? Secretary of the chairman, what he becomes? He becomes equivalent, right? You will address him equivalently, you will access to him, you will talk him equivalently, you will give him equal, reverence also. So that's also like guru is like representative of the God, right? Whereas a material teacher is some who takes money to train a student for a set duration and is often not bothered about whether the student has understood 100%, right? But guru is there to make you understand, he will make you understand, right? Our guru is our founder Acharya Sri Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, right? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Hare Krishna. Guess this is what the Gyan Yoga is, and I guess I hope that we all understood something. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Again, the chat box, I guess there are questions. Prabhuji, Kritika Matari, Hare Krishna Matari. Prabhuji, is there no way that this worldly caste system is abolished and our Gita principle Varna system is followed? Matari, the shloka itself, Imam Rajyosho Vijasa Kalena Mata Yoga Nashta Parantavai, right? The system gets, gets abolished by the humans themselves. Then Krishna comes, right? Krishna comes and again. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago. He did not tell, okay, this Varna system can do, or this this brahmachari only can do the bhakti, or or only the grahastha can do the bhakti, or sannyas or vanprastha can only do brahmachari, grahastha cannot do. It does not told that. It does that. Bhakti is for everyone. Bhakti is for everyone. The caste system is made by us only, Matari. It's made by us. right? It's not, it's not, the guna has been chosen on the basis of our karma, right? The whatever consciousness we develop, it is the guna only, Mataji. And the whatever the mode of goodness you try to cultivate, mode of goodness will come, right? What you will become? You will become Brahmana, right? By the in the heart, you will become the Brahmana. That is important. It's not, if you are in the mode of passion, you will become a Kshatriya. You will have a guna of the Kshatriya. You will be passionate about, earning. You will be passionate about doing that is, being actually done by the three modes of nature, right? But one who is the mode of goodness, what he will do? He will do one thing only. He will only be doing the service of the Lord. So that is the guna. What we have to cultivate it, Mataji. The caste system, and there's all the, all the unnecessary things has been made by the humans only. Hare Krishna. With the answers, Hare Krishna, everyone, please mark your attendance also.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can you
Hare
explain the terms akarma, vikarma, and
Yes, Matari. Karma, vikarma, and karma. Karma is basically doing your duty as per prescribed, as per prescribed duties, doing your duties mentioned in the Vedas, as per prescribed Vedic scriptures. If you're doing that, that is a karma. Okay. Vikarma is not doing the duty as prescribed in the Vedas. Okay. And akarma is inaction, right? Not, not, it is basically nishkam karma yoga. Akarma, basically not attached to the fruits of the results. That is akarma, right? You does not care. You know that everything is being, everything is being taken care by the Lord Himself. So what is to fear? What is to take care of? You are taking care of nothing. You are taking care of nothing. You are just desiring. We are here for desire. What will happen or not happen will depend on the three modes of material nature and God. That's all. We just can desire. The will is not being taken by the Lord. Will is ours. Whatever the will is there, the will is ours, right? Whatever you want to think, that the mind is free. It's free from Lord. Thinking, feeling, and willing. These three things, your mind does. It's free. God does not intervene in that. Hare Krishna.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, any more questions? Hare Krishna.